What's going on, people? Good morning, happy Monday, and welcome to United View. Welcome to another episode of the Transfer View. I hope you guys had a good weekend, man. It's been good weather here in the UK, apart from the storms that happened around the country yesterday.
I loved it.
It cleared the air, didn't it? Cleared the air, you know what I mean? Because it was quite musky and muggy before that. But in my area, the storm didn't really come. I had a little bit of drizzle, but not what I saw on the news with loads of people getting mad storms. But yes, a new week at Manchester United. Another week of what's in store: takeover, transfers, exits, etc., etc. Will be across all of it as usual. And I think it's quite a quiet start to the week. Some Ten Hag transfer frustration, takeover silence. We saw Kim Min-jae to Bayern. Looks like it's going to be done. Man United fans losing their minds about it on socials. This is us again. We're crap. We let this happen. All the crazy stuff. Agent Shaw.
what they like, Flex?
Oh, we messed it all up. Club's going to end. Oh, now how are we going to score a goal next season? Oh, everyone's going to score 500 goals against us next season. Oh, no. You know, just goes overboard, doesn't it, sometime, innit? It does, though, innit? It does sometimes.
I know, yeah. I agree. I agree. We'll talk about Kim Min-jae anyway, yeah.
Yeah, we will. And we're going to talk about Ahmad as well. But straight at the top of the hour, big up to Minnie as well, by the way. She says, keep the optimism, guys. And I will say this. Minnie has a new YouTube channel. Yes. And we want you guys to go and subscribe. Minnie Football. Actually, we'll put a link in the video description as well. I know she's going to be doing like a lot of football videos, definitely a lot of gaming as well. She's into like Call of Duty, FIFA, etc., to name a couple. Probably some football videos on there. So yeah, check out Minnie's channel. She's just started up. So yeah.
When was the last time you played Call of Duty, Flex?
Oh my god. Properly on my actual own console. Yeah. Black Ops 2, PS3. So maybe
PS3.
Is that PS3? What was Black Ops 2 on? What was that on?
I don't know. The last one I played, I think, was Black Ops 3, and that was like futuristic. Right. You could run on walls and stuff like that.
That's when I went, this is bullshit. What is this?
That was the last time I played Call of Duty, and
the one with Nuketown, Summit.
There's Nuketown on pretty much all of them, isn't there? Like there was.
Right. Oh yeah, just
there was. Okay. Yeah, there was a new one, but yeah.
Oh, you know. And if you think I'm bad on FIFA, with the swear and the thing, listen to me. That's why I can't play that game, because people are too good. There's no point playing it. Respawn, die. It got to the point where I was so crap I couldn't play deathmatch. I had to play the team ones where I could get points of other people helping. Like capture the flag, domination. I used to like, because then I could just camp out, get the flag, get loads of points for that. Didn't even need to kill anyone.
There was a game mode on the last one I played called Safeguard, and you had to escort like a robot.
Oh, yeah.
And because I was so bad at actually killing people on the game, I used to just protect the robot or try and blow up their robot. And I really enjoyed playing that game. Yeah. I've also just got my PS5 Flex. There's going to be game streams coming this week.
Wow. OWEN Wrestle. What's it? OWEN Wrestling 365.
OWEN Wrestle News 365. There you
go.
Really easy to remember, isn't it?
Really? 100%. GTA is another one when I failed the missions. Anything that doesn't have a clear end, i.e. you have to do loads of levels and you can't get past certain bits to move forward, I give up. That's why I just like FIFA, because it's just I win or I lose in that game. I know the final outcome. I don't have the patience. I get really angry at the other stuff. So, but like Adam says, what is this waffle? He's exactly right. Stop this, Owen. Too much gaming stuff.
No waffle. I was setting up my PS5 the other day when I got it, Flex, and I didn't have a game to play. So I thought I'm just going to download a free game. I played Fall Guys, because apparently we're back in lockdown again. Yeah, that's what everyone played when it was the pandemic. I played Fall Guys as a test, and I came second. Yeah, when no one was watching. I was furious. The footage does exist. Okay,
it's real.
Oh, maybe if we get to a certain number of likes or subscribers today, maybe it'll go to like the UV members or something like that. But it does exist. The test does exist out there.
It is there. But transfer news: Ten Hag transfer frustration. Why is Ten Hag angry? What's happening?
Because nothing's happening. is basically the reason that he's angry. No, there was a story going around that Ten Hag might have been a bit frustrated. He wants to pursue Declan Rice, but because of the price of Rice is too high, apparently, maybe United might be backing out of that. But I think the general frustration from Eric Ten Hag does stem from, Flex, that he had his list of players, his list of targets that he wants. However, as we have seen with these recent pursuits of the likes of Kim Min-jae and Mason Mount, Harry Kane, and others, Rasmus Højlund as well, that the issue is that we only have a certain amount of money available to us this summer. But in addition to that, all of the chaos, confusion, speculation, and rumor surrounding the Manchester United takeover situation is making transfers very difficult to complete, with basically nobody knowing what's going on. And it leaves Manchester United at a bit of a standstill. And the worry is, and I don't know if you share this worry, that the time, just like with this takeover situation, time's just going to continue to tick away. And then next thing you know, we're going to be on tour. And it's like, what about those signings? Oh yeah, they're coming. The tour ends. What about those signings? Well, takeover, but they're coming. Next thing you know, start of the season, you go, about those signings, and you go, still working on them. Takeover. And I think Ten Hag shares that frustration that the fans share at the moment, because we had a good season. And any normal club would look at this season and say, right, there's room for improvement, but there's a good base there. We've got some players that we like. We've got some systems that we like. Some things need to be addressed. Some players need to be moved on. Some players need to be brought in. But there's a good base or foundation to work off there. And the concern is, I think, from Ten Hag, that what are we doing? I'll ask you that question, Flex. What are we doing?
I think it's hard, isn't it? Because I'm very reluctant, and I won't go down that road of trying to defend the situation too much, because I've been burnt in the past. Yeah. But what I will still, as a person, what I will still stick to is, like, it is really early I'm like, look, it's just opened. I'm 100% aware that time does go really quickly, though. Like you said, before you know it, it can be 4 weeks into the transfer window, a month down, and you go, shit, we ain't got anyone yet. Like, that does happen really quickly. It creeps up on you. So I'm aware of that. But I can see why Ten Hag is frustrated, because also, not just that we haven't got anyone yet, which, okay, it's been open a few days. That's not my main gripe. The main gripe is always going to go back to the takeover. The main gripe is always going to go back to, how does this manager, who, like you said, has had a good season, a really good season, overshadowed by a lot of stuff, overshadowed by City doing the treble, and overshadowed now by a takeover saga going on. But actually, fundamentally, we've had a good season, a really good season. One that we would have more than bitten anyone's hand off for this time last year, when we was in the doldrums thinking, oh my God, this guy can't work miracles. What on earth are we going to do in this summer? How on earth are we going to be a good team again? Ever. That's what it felt like. So I feel bad for him in that sense, because his frustration must be through the roof, because I know when we spoke to Mike Keegan and all of the stuff we're hearing and what we're being told from the media, and they're all kind of unanimously reporting on it, is that it's business as usual. Do what you would normally do. You've got the normal amount of money to spend, and the plan is the plan. But in the same time, we're being told, or reminded of the fact that last summer's still hurting us now because we overspent. Like, what did we not only go into the January budget, but go into a little bit of this year's too? Is that how tight things have got at Man United? Because exactly, quite possibly. And I'm not trying to scaremonger here. I'm not saying there's been a report that says that. It's just me kind of, thinking about things of how it is. It's like, it's so bad. Why have we only got up between 100, 150 million flat off our own thing? Why has it got to be player sales? Why? That shows me already that what's been pledged into the transfer kitty is a knock-on effect from all the bad decisions / the money being taken out of the club, and there being not enough money to reinvest into the playing squad. Although we usually find a way, it's robbing Peter to pay Paul, like we did last year. We found a way to spend a considerable amount of money, but at the time, which not many people were talking about because we just wanted players, we had to absolutely panic in January, and now look what's happening now. So really, when we got to that time when we were spending all that money, just spend it for Anthony. You don't care what it is. Then we had to pay 100 million, had to pay the 70 million for Casemiro, pretty much, whatever it was. Paid whatever we paid for Martinez, was that best part of 50 odd. Basically, when we spent all that money, there wasn't really the reports or the noise coming out saying, but just know you can't get anyone in January now because of this, and potentially it will shave off a little bit of the budget for next summer too, because that's what it feels like. So now Man United's emphasis has to be on something that we are absolutely shit at, and that is selling players, and that is a worry. That is a worry, and we've got an awful lot. When you actually deep it, fair play, people like Axel and stuff leaving on a free, Phil Jones leaving on a free. Fuck, they're easy, cool. Like last year when it was Pogba, when it was Lingard, when it was Mata. It's Mata on a free, and Matic. Did we sell him? That was a free as well, wasn't it?
Cavani.
And this is, I'll say, Cavani was always. No, he was permanent for like a year. Was 2? Did he sign
2 years?
Yeah, 2-year deal, didn't he? Yeah, he signed an extension, didn't he? Yeah. So even that, let's just strip it down of how bad we've been. Pogba comes back, 90 M's, 90. Yeah, world record fee at the time, I think, for in the league or something like that. And pretty much, weren't it at the time? When did he come back?
2016.
Yeah, 16.
Did you see his comments, by the way, over the weekend of him sort of
feel the
talking
love
about?
Yeah. I just carried on scrolling. Really, I saw.
It's one of those ones.
I just don't, as a Man United fan, it's over. I don't care anymore.
It was one of those ones where it's like, look, all parties didn't work, did it? Didn't work, mate.
Just stop bringing us up. We'll stop bringing you up. Let's just. I wish Pogba all the best, because I defended Pogba a lot. Got a lot of time for Pogba as a character. I really like him. But in terms of when it gets to talking about his time at Man United, I can't be asked. But yeah, he leaves for free. Jesse Lingard could have sold him to West Ham, decided to keep him. Has an absolute shit season last year. Goes on a free. Mata, been here for ages, experienced player. I'm not saying you could get loads of money for these players, but something. Matic, playing week in, week out for Jose, gets to in the final, Europa League, still in with a chance to win things, no money. So now we have to get money for players. And historically, we've been absolutely terrible at it. And there's players that are nowhere near the team, like Telles, like Bailly, like Hannibal, even though he's young. Never going to really get in, is he? Chong's one permanent. Yeah, like Hannibal. And then how do we have confidence that we're going to shift these players in a right amount of time to be able to move on ourselves? That's where the frustration is. It's worry. It's fear that we're going to fuck it up.
Yeah. And not only just that, I think, again, and I think it's bigger than that, though, as well, because I think Ten Hag will be looking for answers just about everything. Like you said, selling players, bringing players in. As we have said several times, who's going to sign off on it when, your owners are looking at potentially selling the club? And I'm sure, they keep our business as usual, but our business as usual is not very good. So if they say to me, if I was Ten Hag and I went, what's going on? They go, well, business as usual. I go, usual is pretty shit, actually. So that's worrying.
Let's change it. I don't want it to be business as usual.
It's as usual. I want us to be different than last year, because I was very frustrated last year. Yes, I got the majority of the people I want. Didn't get Frankie de Jong, but I got the majority of the people I was looking for. But that can't be usual, because we started season really slowly. And as we keep saying, and this is to a lot of fans, not even just Man United fans, last season's gone. It's when the season picks up again, it's not a continuation of last season. It's everyone starts on zero. Some teams that were good last year aren't going to be good this year. Some teams that were rubbish, they're going to be good. Football changes. It's about who is proactive. It's about who spends effectively and who moves people on effectively as well. And you don't, like you said, you don't hold out much hope that we're going to do either, because the club at the moment is frozen, essentially. It's completely frozen by all of this stuff that's going on above us with the takeover. And we were chatting before we even started here that, take a step back of what happened last week. You had the Qatari media, you had the stock price being paused, you had Rio Ferdinand coming out, you had Reuters coming out doing their thing, RMC going, yeah, that's true, the English, domestic journalists going, oh, no, that's not true, nothing's changed. We are sat here Monday, 19th of June, after everything that happened last week, and you go, what's going on with the takeover? And everyone goes, well, no, I don't know. Nothing, I guess. Nothing changed from last week. And maybe, and I see these people now go, well, we're going to get an announcement of exclusivity this week or Monday, Tuesday. Are we? Are we really? because and this is going to continue and go on and go on and go on. And frankly, we can't, we can do transfers technically, but in terms of overarching transfer plans and Erik ten Hag really making a big difference and the club going in a positive direction, that can't happen until the takeover is done. And the problem is, when is it going to be done? We don't know. We genuinely don't know. I mean, even if there was an announcement this week, and they're saying, no, it's going to take, 8 to 12 weeks. So those Glazers will still technically be here when the season starts. I can take that. I'm fine with that because the end's coming. But at the moment, we don't know when the end's coming. We don't. And if it's taken 7 months to get to this point, don't rule out any more time because it could go on for as long as the Glazers want it to go for. This could be record breaking, not just in terms of
this is what people don't want to hear.
And
then when the domestic journalists say this, they don't know nothing because they're against Qatar and they want Sir Jim Ratcliffe to win. Well, where's the announcement that Rio said was going to happen by now then? Where is it? I just want to know where it is. And this ain't me saying I want Sir Jim Ratcliffe and I'm a domestic journalist sympathizer. I'm just saying it just shows that it's all noise right now, and we don't know. That's all. we don't know anything yet.
I want it to happen. But the next time that chaos happens, where it's like pause, stock traded, and blah blah blah, I want that to actually mean something, not come out of it and go like, "What's happened? Nothing."
But it proves that can happen. It proves so when people go, "But the stock market, but the registration of a UK business, like setting up a UK business is easy." Like it's
do it like an hour.
Like you said, you could literally, any one of you at home right now with the right documentation can just fill it out, attach your government ID to it, and then within the next hour or so, maybe a day, you'll get a response back, and then you wait for your certificate of what's that thing called? Certificate of
is that incorporation or something?
Incorporation, to basically prove that it's an entity. Now you wait for that. Once that comes, you're in.
Flex, we should have done it. We should have set up the 9-2 Foundation.
Exactly. We literally could have. And Sir Jim, I don't know if anyone remembers, but he's British and has a business here already. So, but in the moment, it's 9-2 have done that. But then, if they don't do that, that means that they won't be able to buy the club in this country. So you're talking about being compliant and doing the things you need to do. That's just doing something. Yeah, it means they believe they're in the race. Otherwise, why would they set up a business? Yeah, that's true. That bit's true. But it doesn't mean they've won. No. It doesn't mean they've won because they've done that. And that's the bit about, again, when Owen always says about sifting for gold. The truth is that KG's calling me now. Tier 9. Hold on. Tier 9. Oh, stupid air. Hold on.
Oh, it's the AirPods.
Go on.
Yeah, I had to bring some positivity. I think you guys are spiraling out of control. I've been listening this morning. It's a fresh week. Let's not we can't change things, guys. We can't change the fact that I know you're saying, registered companies, this, that, and the other. It was the weekend, didn't it? You know what I mean? I don't know how much is gonna.
I disagree. I disagree with that. He can't hear me, can we?
No, I can hear you now because it's coming up.
Can you hear me? Can you? I disagree, KG, because when the WWE takeover was done, there was a report from CNBC came out on a Sunday and it was announced on a Monday. So you can hear stuff over the weekend.
I just think honestly, I think that we should still stay positive. It's gonna
it's gonna ignore that.
We will get our signings. We honestly will get our signings. We'll get players. We will get.
Of course, we will. Of course, we will.
He's not going to start the season with no one.
Of course,
right? He's gonna.
You say that.
He's gonna make the one thing is the main thing is just making sure it probably won't be as many players as we hoped, and they probably there's a chance that they might be underwhelming. But again, as you said, they're going to be new owners. They're not going to hold after all of this. For them to stay would be next level ridiculous.
Yeah, they won't stay. I agree with that.
They're not doing that.
We're not saying they're going to stay. We're just saying that it might not be resolved by that point. Can you rule out it not being resolved by that point?
But then even as what you said, right? If they're going, I'll take that. We've been talking about this song and dance for over 15 years. If we're going to see the end of that, we'll have to take that. You know what I mean? We'll have to bite that bullet and say, hey, listen, as long as these lot are out of here, fine. You know what I mean? And I think it's a probably grit and bear it. It's looking like a grit and bear it season. But one thing that we do have is we do have a good manager who's got a plan with what he'll make the players that we do have now better. They have another season to get better. Like the players,
we can't rely on that. We can't rely on that. We can't rely on the manager.
There are certain players that will shine on the preseason.
We can't rely on just like, yeah, but our manager's good, we'll get away with it. Because the Glazers know that. If the Glazers know that, we've got a good manager, it'll be all right, then that gives them an excuse to be slower. We can't go into this season being like, oh, we didn't get everyone we wanted in the summer. We've got a good manager.
The sale needs to happen by the start of the season, absolutely. But I'm saying that there's still we'll probably spend, what's our thingy spend? People saying we'll probably spend 200 million, right? We'll probably spend 200 million with the Glazers being out. He'll have to turn water to wine once again. But I will take, even if let's say you said to me, the Glazers are gone, but you lot don't have the best season in the world. You know what? I guess I'll have to take that. If they're going,
we need them gone. We need them gone.
If they're going, you have to take that. So
but the negativity, the negativity isn't necessarily that we're not going to buy no players. And who on earth are we going to buy? My thing, just before you called, is that this thing of like we're imminently going to know, it's just not real. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm not doing the like. Hang on to pause.
What this week looks like though, Flex.
Nah, well, in my opinion, my thing is I don't think we're around the corner I don't think we're around the corner from knowing. I still think that after all of the hype and all of the madness happened last week, and the reasons what we based it on, i.e. 9-2 setting up a business and the stock market.
It's not insignificant.
I'm saying no, but it's significant in terms of it shows that they're in the race still, and if should they win, it means that obviously they need to be ready to go. So that's good. But in terms of them doing it, me personally, I don't think they set up that because we're closer to knowing. I think that's just, I believe the reports personally, this is just me, that those are things that they just have to do to be compliant, to be able to own Manchester United.
Well,
as opposed to what's happening within the next week.
But then that's because, and again, it's like what you to show that you got done a few days ago. It's like, what do you choose to believe, right? Because end of the day, someone can say, well, no, it is significant because they set up that thing, and the one they didn't tell us, then they tried to lie and tell us that it takes months to do it, and it takes a day. It's the day that.
Well, also as well though, KG, you say about we got told.
No, but just get I'll send you a link. It's not that; it's a different thing.
Oh, is KG going to jump in?
I'm going to join in.
Yeah, it's easier.
You'll need to carry on talking, Flex, then, because I'll need to fix things.
Yes. Yeah. So can I put these back in? KG just rang and switched onto my phone and just annoyed. I want to put these back in. Sorry, guys. Apologies.
This is KG, that comedian. Yeah. This is what he does.
Just pulls up late. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how it's going to. I've now gone back to my headphones, which hopefully hasn't caused Owen too much of a problem.
I don't think so. Oh, you might be now.
Good. See that seamless.
Now you're out of sync.
Yeah, I'm just going to refresh then because the sync.
Look at the chaos that KG the comedian is bringing to the show.
Yeah.
Look at it, unbelievable.
Okay, right, I'm back now.
You'll need to switch your things again as well.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
But now Flex has to click his mic again, and then he comes back in.
Hey, am I back now? Yeah,
you're back now. Yeah.
The thing is, guys, we don't encounter these problems, and then we don't know what to do.
No,
you sort it out.
Yeah, exactly.
That 15 seconds to be back.
Yeah.
Whilst Owen sorts out KG coming in. Look, it is about what you choose to believe and how you choose to feel about this thing. And this is interesting because what me and Owen were saying before was, before KG called, was the fact that, the takeover is having a direct impact on Ten Hag. That's not being negative. That's what's happening. The Glazers, we allowed us to overspend last year, which then had a knock-on effect in January and now potentially into this transfer window. That's not being negative. That's the truth. That's not. Yeah. Oh, I don't believe.
Hey, Fleck, you're sinking still.
Still.
Yeah.
Wow.
Told you.
Wow. Little refresh. Yeah, that's it.
KG, you've broken things. You're a disgrace. You're a cheat.
What's it like now? I've taken them out.
Nah, it's the same.
It's still the same.
Yeah. And you can. I can hear me in the background as well now.
KG's just ruined. Let me turn you down a bit.
Yeah.
He's just ruined everything. Everything.
Yes.
He's an absolute disgrace. He's broke the stream.
Yeah.
Right. Let me refresh. Let's do that.
And the thing is, he's not even here. So what's he doing? Look, honestly. Oh.
Yes, mate.
Oh, you know. Now you're gonna have to do your microphone again.
Right, that should be perfect now. I know it'll be perfect.
Yeah, hopefully it will be. And also as well, I said about fixing things. I can't really fix them until KG's here as well.
So you've given him the link and he's still not.
Well, I haven't given the link. Have you given the link?
Oh no.
You like say I was going to give him the link. Disgrace cheat. Right, so I'll send him the link.
Yeah. And while that's happening, I believe I'm back in sync now. So as I was saying, those are real things to be pissed off about, basically. KG, man.
Yeah. I don't think.
Well, then you know what? When he comes in, he could just swap in for me. Honestly, because I ain't doing that. No, let's go to no microphone. Just the normal MacBook microphone, which is terrible. We'll talk on that one for just 2 seconds, and then we'll go back to the proper thing. See if that works. And don't be in disgrace and cheat and say it was better when I was talking on the no mic.
It's not really.
It's not really sinking, is it?
Yeah.
It's not really.
It might be back a little bit now.
That was all right. Oh, that was way before KG ruined it.
Yeah.
Well,
Look at the chaos that KG has brought to this morning, by the way. He has fully broke everything.
He actually has.
I know you're back, I think. Keep talking.
Back?
There you go. Yeah. That's better. Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't even change anything that time. It just did it.
Oh, honestly.
So let's just don't touch anything more, Fleck.
Yeah.
Don't touch anything more. Big up to over 2,000 of you, actually, who have not lost faith in us and who are still here with us.
This is the thing, yeah.
That's how our community is sick.
And we always say, this is why, when we ever do these morning streams, right, we get on like half an hour, 45 minutes early, make sure all the production's looking good, make sure all the sync's going in. KG drives a car into it, and then he's not even here.
It's the worst. This is what this guy does. I've lost my point 9 times.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
Right. So am I back? I'm not. Someone said in the chat, put the headphones back in. No, I'm not doing that.
Don't touch anything.
Absolutely not. Do not touch a thing. As I was saying, basically, I don't think it's people saying like, obviously, don't be too pessimistic, etc., etc. I'm just going off of where we currently are. There was supposed to be an announcement last week, and there wasn't. So where is it?
Yeah, that was good. That was going to be my point to KG when he was on the phones. I was going to say to him, you can, and I understand people saying, "Oh, don't be negative, blah blah, be positive." I saw someone said, "Be patient." Patient. It's been 7 months. Imagine being told something was going to happen. Oh, it's going to happen next week. It doesn't happen, and you've waited 7 months for it, and then it still doesn't happen. I think you've got the right to say like, "What's going on?" And again, it's not. And maybe it's been slightly misinterpreted, but it's not to say that we're not going to sign anyone this summer, because we are going to sign players this summer. But it's more of, again, backing the manager, giving the manager what he wants, building upon last season. We do this so often in recent United history, don't we? Where we have a good season, and then what happens? Over that summer, we don't do stuff fast enough. We get complacent, or something slows down. We miss out on players, and it will affect us next season. And I just don't think we can have the mindset of, but our manager's good, so he'll bail us out. Because what if that doesn't happen and we lose a good manager because we put him in a really difficult situation where we didn't give him what he wanted and, more importantly, what he needed? I think that's something really important to consider. And but also then, if we're going to keep that mindset of, but we've got a good manager, and eventually, as long as they're going, then we've got to keep that mindset throughout the season if we are struggling, because there might be other teams that are better than us, and we have to keep that mindset when, if we are struggling in certain games, we go, yeah, there's someone kind of screwed us, but that's not the manager's fault. We need to remember that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I just going through the steps of what happened in that carnage, and it's happened to us twice now. Twice we've lost our minds when we're thinking, oh my God, this is it. It calmed down after the first one, and, claims were being refuted. People were backtracking. Sheikh Jassim's camp actually distanced themselves from it. But because it wasn't what we wanted to hear, it was, of course, he has to do that because he's got an NDA. They just announced it too early. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. Let's not do that, guys, because we just give ourselves false hope. Then that calms down as a result of, the stock price change, everything, all these things happen. So that proves that that literally tells us the stock price moving, share price moving or changing in some way doesn't transpire to truth. It doesn't. The share price can move off of rumor. And that's not being negative. That's not trying to crush the dreams and the hopes that we can really please get Sheikh Jassim. It's just the truth of the situation. Yeah. Rumors and lies or twisting of the truth can manipulate the stock markets. So when it does move, still keep calm, because it doesn't mean it's happened. So that was the first lesson. Then a few days later, we get what happened when Rio said what he said, and Reuters said what they said, and then RMC the day after, and all of that, what happened. Then obviously it's kicked back on by the English journalists, and they just take a battering. They just say, well, our sources, everyone's just trusting their sources. Reuters trust their sources, so they're saying it's going to happen. But because we want to hear that, it's Reuters are incredibly, credible. So, and they're financial as well. So,
and they've posted that article and that video like 10,000 times over the weekend. Yeah. Exactly. Oh my God.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
So they know that they're growing off this, getting the clicks and stuff like that. And that's what's happening. So it doesn't, but at the same time, again, on the interest of balance, it's not nothing. It's not nothing. It is significant that Sheikh Jassim is still in this race. It's proven that he's still here. It's proven he hasn't gone on it anywhere. And all of the things about like Al Nasser being involved, these things prove that Sheikh Jassim absolutely, he's made a 5th bid for the club. So I don't have any worry that he's like doesn't want it, or he's getting bored, or he's going to leave. He said he was walking away the other day. Craig David style, man was supposed to be gone. Do you know what I mean? With the 5th bid, still here, setting up 9-2 foundation. So that's what my point is that it's not necessarily, it's just negative and it ain't going to happen. That ain't my vibe. My vibe is that I'm just kicking back now until there's a word, because I don't think it's round the corner. Because all these things are showing us that it ain't round the corner. I think all these things are showing us that actually there's mechanisms in place that keep happening. Rumors happen that mash up the market. The stock exchange goes wild, and we go, oh, it's happening. When really, that whole process is no different to someone starting a rumor saying that, listen, big man, go and put £50 down on Rice going to Arsenal. It's going to happen. Everyone goes to Ladbrokes, puts down the £50 because the market moved, because the rumor picked up. Still at West Ham. No one said anything yet. Then someone says, oh, he's going to go Man United, go slap 20 on that. Market moves again. Still at West Ham. No one knows yet. Truth is, no one knows yet. So that's all it is, in my opinion. Is he actually here now?
He's here, but I've got to now move things around. This is technicals. And Josh isn't here.
Technicals.
Yeah.
This is Owen with the technicals on the spot.
On the spot. Oh, no, we'll go back. The
real technicals, the real online producing.
This is challenging. Very, very challenging.
Yeah. Bringing him in midstream.
The question is, KG needs to click his mic again.
Okay.
He needs to select his mic again.
Hopefully he does it.
Hopefully he does it.
When you have to click your mic again, you can hear the person ask you that, so that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all good.
So if I move me over here, Flex on the back.
not the live.
Not the live challenge.
The live.
You're gonna have to move yourself across a bit as well, Fleck.
Yeah, I could do that. No problem, mate. I'm fine with the technicals. No problem. I could do that. Do you want me to move myself across? No problem.
Look at the chaos that KG brings, by the way. And he still hasn't even selected his microphone as well.
Why is he still not in? Why can we still not hear him?
You haven't selected your microphone.
Oh no, it's moving mad.
He hasn't selected his microphone. I did that all on the spot, by the way. I'm proud of myself.
You've done your job.
I've done my job. KG hasn't.
Correct.
You haven't.
Correct. What's he doing?
I don't know what he's doing.
Guys, we apologize about this, but KG.
Yeah.
1, 2. 1, 2.
You.
There you go.
I'm in.
You good, yeah?
Yeah. Can you hear me though?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes.
Oh, thank God, man. That was really stressing me out.
Stressing you out?
You out? You out? Oh, the thing's broke like 10 times. I was having to do.
Me. No, you don't need me this morning.
I was having to do Joshness on the spot, which is very challenging. I feel like I have to go like, you know, I did wear a hat and go no, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. No, you lot needed me this morning. It was getting down in the dumps. It sounded depressing.
Was it though? Was it?
It was. You guys are my Monday morning show. I need
to get this across, KG. Before you talk, super chats because it's been 40 minutes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Do that.
Okay. Are you going to read them out, Fleck?
Yeah, let's do that because it has been 40 minutes. Aminor says, Owen, what is the budget? 100 million or 250 million? Anyone? Well, the reports are saying, well, that question's to you, Owen, to be fair.
Don't know.
Genius says they did this second season with Jose, second season with Ollie, only gave him Maguire, and now our best manager since Fergie. Why are we surprised? Aminor says KG tier 1 reporter surely must know regarding the takeover. Jaden says this is why UV is goated, the best. Happy Monday. What? Because of just the shit carnage and not knowing what's going on. Big up to you, Jaden, but you don't have to make us feel bad, bro. Sometimes just call up and say, what are you not doing, bro? Big up, Jaden. Nem Green says, our selling record is terrible. It's worrying. There's no real interest in our Deadwood. It would seem they're not getting a striker, which signals Mason Greenwood potentially. Glenny Boy says, there is a shareholders meeting in New York due middle of next week. Surely the Glazers won't say, sorry, guys. We not made our minds up, and you might not... and you might get nothing. V33 says Man United's demise is due to cancer within, and not most teams are better. And now most teams are better than us. Like how the Super League was shut down. Why couldn't we shut the Glazers down? It's not enough. The Super League thing was every single fan of every single thing. Makwabi says we'll end up buying Modric at the end of the window. And Aminor says, has KG joined the link to Alice Talk Football? It was just a different one. It's just gone to a different channel. Big up Alice Talks Football. Diva says, Fleck, you tell me who are more reliable, financial journalists who have more to lose than football journalists who treat everything as transfer for clicks. Well, obviously it's important to both for different reasons, but I'm saying the financial Reuters said that, you know, it's in a period of exclusivity. Financial people were claiming that there's going to be an announcement imminent. Etc. And I'm just saying the announcement's not here yet. So where is it? Christian, been a member for 12 months. Big up to you. Morning all. I'm going to the United Forest game. Can I meet you there, Flex? Well, I will be there. And any fans can come and have their say. You guys can see where we do our videos. So absolutely. Of course you can meet us there, bro. Big up to you. That's the super chat zone. KG. Yeah,
you needed me this morning. You guys are my morning show. I do the drop off, everything, and it's Monday morning, guys. And I was listening, and I was like, this doesn't feel like my regular Monday morning show. Again, it was straight. It got dark. It got depressing, and I was like, guys, we're gonna like. And this is coming from me that's talking to you guys. Listen,
the same guy that the other week was like, stop joking around, yeah? Because
yeah.
Like, we're in the mud, yeah? Like, City just won the treble, bro. Like,
after they won the treble, bro, you have to give me what? How many, Flex, you know me really well, yeah? how long have you seen me like proper depressed? God, even Owen, you know me as well, bro. Have I been depressed for like what 2 days? Come on.
But this is what's annoying with you, KG, because you're crazy. You're crazy.
I know.
Because you'll be like that for one day for no reason. I'll be like KG. I'll be like, Takeover, and this is the KG upset. Fuck's sake, man. Fucking hell, man.
That's why I'm not listening to him.
No,
that's what he goes, fuck's sake, man.
Like a little kid.
Yeah, and then the next day you'll be like, tell you what, KG, you're right, Takeover, really annoyed. He goes, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Don't be miserable.
No, because guys, we have to look. Let's look at this thing. Yeah, we got one of the best managers in football. We do. Yeah, and somehow this guy made us finish third this season. Yeah, somehow by hook or by crook, and we still got like in terms of the spine, and we're getting rid of the person that everyone's wanting to get rid of for time. David De Gea is going, if by the looks of things. So David De Gea is out, which was everyone else's priority. We said it's not the first priority, but according to all Man United fans, they got to keep the same energy. Changing David De Gea was more important than a striker. It was according to Marcel, Cam, all these people. So right now we're fixing that David De Gea thing, innit? We're still again players to return. Ahmad's coming in. We're saying what do you call it? When you talk about signings, you don't want to sign in to affect the youth and this, that, and the other. Well, here you go. This is a good time for Ahmad. This is a time players have to find them. This is a moment. This is an opportunity for the players that are here in it. Can you make it count? Can Kobe step up and be ready for have a great preseason and start playing football? The manager will play a youngster if he's good enough. That's the main thing. Now, with the boys, because he still has a job to make these players better. That's his job. Now, if we can give him 200 million, which is what you're saying, again, 100 million plus, if we listen to just what the journalists are saying, they're saying we got 100 million to spend plus whatever we make generated by sales, right? Which will probably give us close to, I'll say, give it 210, 220. You can
sell right. If we sell right, it should really.
We can do something with that. Like, even I know it's not the best situation, but we're talking about the Glazers. We've been singing Glazers out for the longest time. It's coming to an end. It is coming to an end. Even though it's a long drawn out end, guys, it's coming to an end. Because you know them things that everyone says, if you offered me this at the beginning, I would have ripped your arm off. We're out in that situation. We're talking about if you told me the Glazers would leave, yeah, now I'm saying, you know what? I'll see this through.
Are you in the Marcel camp then of even if it's Sir Jim, but they stay and he buys them out or his plan is to buy them out between 2 to 4 years?
That's what I was going to say. Hypothetically,
because we don't know that you're assuming it's just going to be Sheikh Jassim.
I need Sheikh Jassim. I need him.
But that's what I'm saying. We don't know if it's going to be that though. We don't know.
I will take thingy. I will take it. Whatever, bro. Before Sheikh Jassim was an option, we were all phoning Sir Jim and saying, please buy us. I remember everyone was like, before the Qatar came in, everyone's eyes was on Sir Jim, and they were like, bro, you're a Man United fan. Why won't you be interested in us? He was seeing the tweets. So let's not pretend that didn't happen, because we all wanted Sir Jim until at that time, KG, there was an assumption that he was going to buy all of the Glazers shares, which he's not going to do at this point. Again, my point is with that is things have changed. You're talking about, if the Glazers go, but Kobe Mainoo, he'll play youngster. You're really suggesting that you'll be okay with him at the beginning of the season. We haven't signed players we need to sign. We're starting with Kobe Mainoo, right, in our team or in our squad, and it ends up with Sir Jim Ratcliffe having 51% of United and the Glazers still remaining. If Sir Jim comes in, if it ends up being Sir Jim, there will be signing Sir P's the fans, because Sir Jim can't just take 51% and we just see the kids. It won't work like that. That ain't gonna happen.
There'll be signings regardless. There'll be signings regardless.
If it is someone like Sir Jim, they're gonna have to do a real PR spin and bring in some serious players for us to say, you know what, we'll take it, because all fans will be upset because the Glazers are still here. So they're gonna know that before that. Like, if Sir Jim doesn't know that, that's gonna be what the vibe and the feelings are. They'll bring in the players, so for the first game of the season, that there's not an uproar and a riot. Basically, if we go into the season and there's no players and just Sir Jim, I don't even think that game will go.
No,
ahead.
that won't happen. No players will. My thing isn't about like, are we going to get any players? We're going to get players. Of course, we're going to get players. That's 100%. We'll get players. Yeah,
100%.
100%. In it though, that is 100%.
We are going to get players. We're not going to go for the summer.
But my thing is not playing down the significance that this takeover not being done is having on this our manager's preparations.
Yes.
And it's mashing it up, bro. Like, that's not being negative. That's the situation. It's the situation that we can't change. There's no point. You could say there's no point being too angry about it because we can't change it. Or you can say, well, you definitely can't be happy because that is the real life situation. It's not overplaying it or downplaying it. It's real. Like, we can't get certain man because we don't have the P's. Because we can't. Do you know what I mean? That's just a cold, hard fact. So that was more where I was coming from. And then the other bit was like, I just don't think we're around. Imminent means around the corner. So all last week it was imminent. 7 days is not imminent.
If you hear that we've gone into exclusivity this week, would you be happy?
Of course. Yeah. Of course. But I would need it to be, but I would 1,000,000% be happy. But before I got happy, where you're saying if I heard it, I need to see them sources, and I need to see it be unanimous across the board of this is what it is. Because clearly there's discrepancies between the financial world is saying things that still haven't happened yet, even though they're claiming it. They said, Reuters said that obviously they're in discussions over exclusivity. They're not in exclusivity. They're in discussions of exclusivity. That's what Reuters said. And they said that however many days ago. So as of now, that hasn't been confirmed yet. So really, I'm waiting for a Reuters to say it's been done. They're in exclusivity. Now,
and then the UK journalist to back it up as well.
Preferably, that's what I would want, because I know nobody wants to hear it. It's the uncomfortable thing of like, bun them, man. Them man just don't want Qatar. Really, that's what it is. No one wants to believe anything they say, the English journalists, because one, obviously, the track record of it's just transfers, clicks, likes. What do you know? This is Bloomberg settings, mate. This is Reuters. This is fine. This is above you man's grade. You lot don't know. And two, there's a feeling, which I did ask Mike Keegan about actually. There's a feeling that they're kind of biased on the reporting because they don't have a line into Qatar, or they have issues with people from that side of the world owning a football club. So there are definitely issues as to why you wouldn't choose to believe the UK journalists. But one thing I believe in is that when it's unanimous across the whole thing, where even if Simon Stone comes and says, believe that I believe, you know, that Manchester United have entered into...
I thought you were doing the impression of him for a second. I believe.
But the thing is that he doesn't. You don't act like he tweets like that as well. Like he tweets with it.
That's how he types. That's how he types. He goes,
backspace.
Yeah.
I was are you the manager of this club? Wait, shut up, bro.
That's what he's trying to log in. His password. He's going, is it A? No. Backspace.
Yeah. And you know what the worst thing about this?
I practice in the toilet. Like, I try. Like, if I get a cheeky trip to Carrington, I'm working on that one question I'm going to ask. It's not like I've got bare like Simon Stone, bro. I practice, bro. This guy.
The thing is, when me and KG are around these journalists, getting the food of that. KG, all right, Si.
Well, there's the clip of him.
Don't mug him off then, do you?
When he went to Carrington, you see him parking, and there's Simon Stone, like literally right there, and the KG's going, "Who let me in?" No.
Shameless.
You know what's the craziest? He's actually out of all the journalists here. He's the nicest one. No, he's the calmest, the coolest one. There's a couple that like, oh, you lot did it.
Yeah. Laurie Rittenhouse blessed as well. Laurie's cool. Laurie's cool.
Yeah, then what do you call it? Then your favorite, Luckhurst, is brilliant, isn't it?
Big up Luckhurst, very professional guy. Make sure he's always in his suit. Good guy, shiny shoes.
Unacceptable.
Cool.
That's your favorite.
I got no problem with him. He's not my favorite, but he's there. He's cool. Fun Luckhurst, Bob. He's not my favorite. No. Big up Luckhurst, though. Everyone's there to do a job, and we're no different. Yeah, we are a news outlet. We are a reputable news outlet.
Yeah. Look at this morning's show. Very reputable this morning. We've had floating KG. He broke the stream without him being here as well. I don't know how that happened.
Now I needed to provide some levity, man. It was getting too serious. It was too down and dumps, guys. We finished third. We're like the new
Can't
season.
rely on that, KG. You can't rely on that.
Trying to look forward. Forget the third. It's done now.
Don't start doing the Arsenal, because I've seen Arsenal fans say this. We were second last season, so we just need to get a couple more players and then we'll win the league. It doesn't work like that. Start on zero, KG.
I hear that, but I feel my manager's going to do better next season. I feel like, again, you're talking about these players have had
give him the players.
Season. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but I'm talking about just the guys that are here right now. They've had a year under this manager. They will improve. They will get better. You know what I mean? And even if it is like, again, some of these signings might be underwhelming, but let's say we bring in a Rabiot, because he's free. There's no reason for the club not to back that move. Bring in a Rabiot, he offers some bite, he offers some skill that we haven't had. Again, we wax lyrical about Ahmad saying when's his turn, he gets another season. Anthony gets another season in the side. Now we do need is a striker. Man United had to pick up a striker on the market. There has to be someone we can bring in on that level. Now, if you're talking about these elite signings in terms of the Declan Rice of this world, the Moise Caicedos of this world, I don't think. I think with the takeover being as slow as it is, we're not going to be involved in the chat, unfortunately. But there's them other little players that you pick up here and there on the market with the tactical genius that our manager is. He'll get us through. Again, we've seen better from Lindelof. He's played better. We've seen better from, we'll have Martinez back. We'll have Varane back. We do need another guy, Kim Min-jae going. That's another thing of the takeover. But there'll be another player. You know what I mean? Like this is the end of the day. We have these boys. We have these players. Garnacho gets another season in this team. We will be better. We will be. These guys will have more time under this manager. Why not? We're not going to fall off a cliff because the number one, because our number one targets didn't even come in this season. If we're being fair to ourselves, we wanted who do we want? Frankie de Jong and all these other names. We wanted Darwin Núñez and that. They didn't come. Cody Gakpo, all these names, they didn't come. And we did all right with what we got instead.
No, I just don't think we can.
There you go.
No, I think that's a dangerous mindset to use going into this season of regardless of what happens, Ten Hag will make it better. And he is a good manager. I just think he's really good. But if that's the mindset of the ownership at the moment, isn't it? Of but aren't you worried about how it's going to affect the club? Well, we're not going to be here, and Ten Hag's good, so it's fine. It's not fine.
Because we're saying that
you need to build on last season.
Yeah.
Irrespective of what happens with the takeover, you need to build on that and back the manager. Again, we're naive sometimes that we think, Ten Hag, we had a good season last season. We've got a good manager, so it's going to be fine. Other clubs are getting better too. They are. And the clubs that were underperforming last season, they will be better. Liverpool will be better this coming season. Chelsea, don't even get me started on them. They're a disgrace.
But they will be better though.
Oh, you can't even say that.
I remember even when Chelsea was spending and buying all these things, we were looking with envious eyes saying, look out. We were looking at Chelsea. This is at the beginning when the windows open, was like, look at what Chelsea are doing. They're pretty much playing Champions League, man. They buy everyone. And a lot of people were jealous of the moves that Chelsea were making. Didn't work. You know what I mean? So it's not the end of the day is what you trust the guy that's at the helm, that's in control, is gonna make the right decisions for the club. It's sad that he's got his hands tied behind his back, because you could talk about trying to win the league and trying to do this. We've already been beaten, bro. They taken the treble from us. The one thing that we did have is gone now. You know what I mean? That's finished. So now we just got to kick on. And what they're selling me at the moment is saying this club is going to be sold. At some point this season, the club's going to be sold. Hopefully before the season starts. But it will be sold. If it's in Sir Jim Ratcliffe's hands, again, it's not what I wanted. I'll take it though. If he's in full control of this club, I'll take that eventuality. If it's where I really wanted to be, in the hands of Qatar, oh my goodness. January, we go. Like January, that's when we go again.
We might not though. We might not though in January. They might not. They're saying FFP this season, and also again that's fine. I'm saying that's fine to have that kind of mindset of as long as they're gone, I don't have a problem with that. That's fine. All I'm saying to people is keep that in mind. Then, if we do struggle again this season, and don't start turning, because to be fair, we already saw at the end of last season some people going, "I tell you what, Ten Hag, some decisions, I'm not sure about that." The guy didn't have a striker, but we saw that, and you go, "Well, wait a minute." Remember what's going on. So I think it's important. Again, I totally agree with you. The mindset of as long as they're gone, they're gone. If it means we have a shit season, that's what happens, right? But we'd be going in the direction that we want to go. But my point is, remember that when we do lose games next season, and we're annoyed because we'll be like, well, the season screwed us over. That's what we've got to remember.
Yeah, we have to remember that, because we can't get certain players, and we couldn't even strengthen the team in January because of our owners. Like, all of this is because of the Glazers. Let's not lose sight of that. The reason why Man United's mash up is because of them. And you can say they spent close to what City did, which is true, or we spent a bit more in that same period. But they still were happy to have people in positions who were making wrong decisions for their business, that because they were getting financially rewarded at the same rate because they didn't care about the success, than they was bothered about getting rid of them to make us a better footballing team or make better decisions. It's like, I own something big, but if I'm reaping rewards as an owner because I'm still getting dividends, I'm still getting the money out of it, but the business is not the best it could possibly be, and I leave them people in, I leave Ed Woodward in there continuously making bad decisions after bad decisions until it all fell out down with the Super League. That's on me. That's on me. I made that decision. So yeah, fans outside Man United say, don't know what Man United fans are moaning about. They spent £1 billion, but look where it's spent. Look at the state of the stadium. Look at the training ground. So we haven't spent. The statement is we've spent £1 billion. The statement is we've misspent £1 billion.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Because because Man City not only spent £1 billion or close to what we spent on transfers, but look at their infrastructure. They've spent way more than us on their football club. It can't just be what you do on transfers. So we've wasted money all over the gaff.
We've been poorly
all over the gaff.
No, we've been a poorly run club.
Burning through cash, as the saying goes. Yeah, the famous saying, burning through cash. I look around, where's the £1 billion? But it just shows you that it ain't just about the playing side. The whole club's mash up. The whole club's mash up. So that is all
the man making decisions as well. I like the fact that even when I don't agree with Ten Hag, like even like the Mason Mount thing, I haven't agreed with this decision at all, right? But then it's like, I like the fact that our manager's in control, because I don't think he would have been a player that we would have looked at before had it not been him. Even Malacia, like the players the types of players they brought in, we wouldn't have brought in. But then you can tell that they've now said, you know what, Ten Hag, here's control. We're going away from the Ed Woodward way of doing things, where he just points at a player and thinks, you know what, you'll sell shirts, come on down. We've gone away from that, and we're saying, you know what, Ten Hag, how do you want to build this team? And trusting in the manager. Now, does he need someone, a buffer between him, another football mind? That'll be good, just for him to like kind of answer to, but say, well, this makes sense. I know you kind of want this guy, but he needs a bit of pushback, is what I'm saying. But again, that all comes with structure and the right people stepping into the club, and that will probably come in a takeover.
The remaining super chats before we wrap up. Sanjeet says, we cannot sell players to generate funds. Our last 4 players sold who made us funds were Pereira for 9 million, Dan James for 20 million, Smalling for 15, Lukaku for 70. That's over 4 years. Also check who we then released on freeze. Yeah, you're going to get what? Herrera's in there. The ones that I said earlier, Matic, Lingard, Pogba, Mata. Do you know what I mean? All players like that. Sachif says, big up KG. Will you do 5 things deep tomorrow?
There's no game to deep, like.
Just 5 things deep about what's going on at Man United, mate.
Yeah.
There's always stuff to do. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Content, bro. I
was going to do like a Light Red Wednesday, but yeah. 5 things about no sell. No
imminent transfers. No imminent announcements. Ten Hag's upset. You know what I'm saying? There's 3.
Tesco's run out of croissants in the morning.
And Brendan says, by the time the club wants to get Rabiot, he will be long gone. The time they take with signings is ridiculous. I'm pretty sure we are going to overpay for all transfers again, like last season.
You missed one from Harold as well, saying, "Don't panic, man. Things aren't instant. Patience.
Patience is a virtue. Big up, man. Like Harold.
Which I say, it's been 7 months. It's been 7 months.
Long,
Harold.
man. It's long.
Yeah.
This is, don't get twisted. It is shit. But I'm just saying, like as bad as it is, the end date is coming. We've been in this thing for 17 years, guys. This has been a long journey of those like killing this club, like destroying it. You know what I mean? And if you're telling me that it's gonna be a few more weeks or a month or two, I'm taking that to say bye to these guys. Absolutely.
Yeah, we've got to go the whole 9 yards now, innit? We've got to go the full way. Guys, we'll be across everything as per usual. Hopefully we get some news this week. Hopefully we get some news on signings and stuff, you know, today, bids going in, etc. Just action, innit? Action, progress. Yeah. That's what we want. That's what we're all longing for. Take care, guys. We'll see you again very, very soon. Peace.